2008, the dream began like so many dreams do in the land of make-believe, with paper dolls, a small tabletop model, and the purchase of 10 acres of land, sight unseen outside my hometown of Cass Lake, Minnesota. The land was connected to old family land.
2009, we arrived that summer to see our land for the first time. It was perfect, except for a few old dump sites. The first order of business was to get a sandpoint well pounded. We went down 50 feet. Honest, we did. Ha ha. And then to bring in the electricity. We only had a few weeks before heading back to Rapid City, but we got it done.
2010, initially, we lived in this little trailer that we bought for $250. I have 3 brothers and a sister in the area. They and a lot of people thought we were nuts. They didn't get the straw bale thing, but they came out anyway. In fact, as the project progressed, they offered a lot of help.
It took some time to get those sturdy poles in place, and the roof raising didn't happen until early August. We thought we'd be in by the end of June. We were in a time crunch. The day the drafters went up was a great day for me. We were going to get this thing done.
We wanted earth-friendly construction. For us, that meant recycled windows and not using any concrete. We wanted a house that could fall right back into the earth when we were done with it. So we loaded clay into sandbags, laid them out for the bales to rest on. This was our foundation, 50,000 pounds of clay.
In late August, I traveled into the Bethsaida Triangle, you know where that is, to secure straw bales, wobbling my way home with 2 trailers filled with bales, 300 bales. What a day that was. Now the challenge was to keep the bales dry until they went up to form the walls of our house.
It was coming together. We were working so hard, taking help wherever we could get it, learning everything on the go. We had had no experience with building, let alone straw bale building prior to this. I don't remember when I have had as much fun or stress as that first summer.
YouTube videos show a straw bale house going up in about 2 time-lapsed minutes. Not the way it is, especially when you are determined to have special features like a nice rounded backside. I'm talking about the house! We took a lot of flack from the community. 3 little pig jokes, concerns about mice, moles, and fire. Seems like everybody knew about the crazy Lees in their straw bale house. Silly old hippies. The truth was, the bales needed just a bit of covering to protect them. The bliss of mud was about to begin.
2010, the bare walls are covered with multiple layers of clay, straw, sand, and plaster. This process is labor-intensive and lots of fun. You are literally sculpting a house. On this day, my 2 sisters came to help. Becky wanted us to wear prom dresses, but we had to do with yellow jackets was all she could find. The mudding is still going on. The recipe is tumbled in an old cement mixer that we bought for $20, a discovery coat that shows the irregularities of the bale, 2 to 4 inches in a fill coat, and finally a finish coat that we used yogurt lids to buff out the clay, which gives it that finish.
But it wasn't all work and no play. Sometimes you just have to give up and head to the lake. Luckily, Jamie's brothers and sisters all have boats. And you may not have known this, but there are 10,000 lakes in Minnesota.
Yes, here we are sunbathing and waiting for our drinks with tiny umbrellas to be served to us.
In a fancy resort. Not. 2013. Initially, the house was just a single room with plank flooring, deep windows, and fun stuff like rocks stuck in the clay. It is quiet and warm, an R factor of 50. We'd been dreaming about such a house since the 1960s and the last Whole Earth catalog, except that it was a little crowded in the winter. Rustic was okay, but we both like our space and really kind of wanted a toilet. In the summer of 2013, we added on a bedroom and a bathroom addition to make our house winter-worthy. We were no longer interested in returning to South Dakota. We were sad to have to go to standard construction, but we needed the interior space. In that same summer, we put on a small greenhouse on the back of the bedroom addition to bring in solar warmth and to provide space for Jamie's 70 tomato plants in the spring. I love to watch her out there puttering with her babies. The gardens have become an important part of our lives here.
In 2012, we bought an additional 10 acres with a lot of trash and old lumber on it, and there was so much wood on there that I decided that it would be perfect for my little writing studio. I intended to build it myself, but he couldn't resist. I have always wanted a room of my own. For the past 2 summers now, I have had my little getaway. One wall is filled with books and another wall has a bench bed. I sit at my desk cross-legged and watch the western sky change color in the evenings when I write and work. I can see our house from where I sit.
You would think that 2 60-somethings would have a little sense. But last summer, 2014, we decided that instead of renting a studio space, we could spend that money and build a space for my production work. With the help of the Leech Lake Tribal College carpentry class, we dove into a brand new straw bale project. It was so much fun. Once again, we started in August. Unlike the house, we decided to float this one. The bales sit on the floor and are mudded up from there. We were, once again, marching into fall, working hard to get the bales covered before the snow began to fly. But by winter, I had moved in.
There's something so satisfying about creating a hand-built house. We have fallen into bed exhausted, sat up nights planning each space,
nearly pulled out my hair with frustration, and neither one of us have much hair to lose. And given the choice, we would, without blinking an eye, do it all over again, build it with Bales.